Hi everyone. Now, let's move on to topic 5 of Unit 1, cyber warfare and cyber terrorism. This topic covers how nations and groups use cyber attacks as weapons in conflicts and terrorism, affecting global security. To help you focus your study, here are some sample questions you might encounter. For 2-mark questions, you could be asked to define cyber warfare and cyber terrorism. Give examples of state-sponsored cyber attacks. Name tools used in cyber warfare, or mention differences between cyber warfare and cyber terrorism. For 10-mark questions, expect to explain cyber warfare with real-world examples. Discuss cyber terrorism, including motivations and impacts. Compare and contrast cyber warfare and cyber terrorism. Explain common methods and techniques used in cyber warfare, and discuss preventive and defensive measures against cyber terrorism. Keeping these questions in mind will guide your understanding as we explore this important and complex topic. Let's start with cyber warfare. Cyber warfare is the use of digital attacks by one nation-state to disrupt, damage, or destroy the digital infrastructure of another nation for strategic advantage. Key features of cyber warfare include: first, it is state-sponsored, meaning these attacks are carried out by governments or on their behalf. Second, the targets are critical systems such as military networks, power grids, financial systems, and communication networks. Third, the goals can include espionage to steal secrets, sabotage to damage systems, disruption to halt services, or propaganda to influence opinions. Common techniques used in cyber warfare include distributed denial of service attacks, or DDoS, which flood a network with traffic to overwhelm it. Malware deployment is another technique, using harmful software like worms and trojans to infiltrate and damage systems. Advanced persistent threats, or apps, involve stealthy, long-term attacks aimed at spying or sabotage. Supply chain compromises target trusted software providers to spread malware to many organizations. For example, the Stuxnet attack in 2010 was a US-Israel cyber weapon that targeted Iranian nuclear centrifuges to disrupt their nuclear program. Another example is the Russia-Georgia conflict in 2008, where DDoS attacks took down Georgian government and media websites during the conflict. Cyber warfare shows how nations use cyberspace as a battlefield to gain strategic advantages. Now, let's understand cyber terrorism. Cyber terrorism is the use of the internet and digital technologies by terrorist groups to cause large-scale disruption, fear, or even physical harm. These actions are usually driven by ideological, political, or religious motivations. Some key features of cyber terrorism include: first, the actors are typically non-state groups, such as terrorist organizations or extremists. Second, their motivations can be religious, political, or ideological. Third, their targets often include public utilities like power plants, transportation systems, financial services, and media outlets. Cyber terrorists use various techniques, such as defacing websites to spread fear or misinformation. They also coordinate distributed denial of service, or DDoS attacks, to overwhelm critical services and disrupt operations. Another tactic is disrupting emergency response systems, which can cause chaos during crises. Social media is also used extensively for propaganda and recruitment. For example, ISIS has been known to use social media platforms to share propaganda videos and recruit followers worldwide. An earlier example is the Tamil Tigers' cyber activities in 1998, where they launched DDoS attacks on Sri Lankan embassies, disrupting their websites. Cyber terrorism poses serious threats to public safety and national security, making it a critical area of concern. Please have a look at the differences between cyber warfare and cyber terrorism. Let's look at the impacts of cyber warfare and cyber terrorism. Cyber warfare can lead to political destabilization, causing governments to lose control or face unrest. It can also result in significant economic losses by disrupting financial systems or critical infrastructure. Militarily, it can cause disadvantages by damaging defense networks or stealing sensitive information. Cyberterrorism, on the other hand, often causes public panic and fear. It disrupts economies by targeting essential services like power grids or transportation, leading to chaos. Social unrest can also arise as people lose trust in their safety and governments. To defend against these threats, many countries have established national cyber defense agencies that monitor and respond to attacks. Cyber drills and simulations are conducted regularly to prepare teams for real attacks. International cooperation and treaties help nations work together to fight cyber threats. Sharing cyber threat intelligence between governments and organizations improves early warning and response. Public awareness campaigns educate citizens on how to stay safe online and recognize threats. In Real-World Insights, cybersecurity expert P.W. Singer notes that the line between cyber warfare and cyberterrorism is increasingly blurred. State actors sometimes use proxy groups to carry out attacks, while terrorist organizations adopt advanced military-grade cyber techniques. This evolving landscape makes it even more important to understand and defend against cyber threats in today's digital world. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.